The second Airtable use case I want to show you before we jump into the basics is a sales pipeline. Tools like Salesforce and others are extremely expensive, while Airtable lets you build a simple sales pipeline for free. So what is a sales pipeline? It's a representation of sales prospects and where they are in the purchasing process. It helps salespeople get an idea of where they should focus their efforts and help sales managers know if they're going to hit their revenue targets. The sales pipeline I'm going to show you is an adapted Airtable template, which I'll link to in the show notes. So let's jump into it. So this base has 3 tables: pipeline, accounts, and contacts. Let's look at contacts. In the contacts table, we have all of the information around, the contacts of the companies we're trying to sell to. So their name, where they work, email, phone number, title, so on and so forth. And each one of these prospects is tied to an account. So you see here that Rose works at Bear Paw Solutions, so Airtable pulls in that information from accounts. And I can see that Bear Paw Solutions is an insurance company with 100 to 500 employees, and then I've got a bunch of additional information here. So if I come into accounts, you'll see that it's exactly the same information, and Rose's information is here, as well as a prospect that works at Bear Paw Solutions. So this is pretty basic information. It's not really where the magic happens. That happens in the pipeline table. So the pipeline table has all of our deals. Each deal has a name, it has a salesperson who owns that deal, a status where that deal is in the pipeline, whether it's at the beginning and it's just discovery, or we have a contract and we're almost there. And naturally, each deal is associated to an account, so a company. This is the Bear Paw Solutions we saw before. And then there's a contact that is responsible for that deal at the other company, a value, a date, and expected close date. So pretty simple stuff. And the challenge as a sales manager is I want to get an idea of how many deals I have in each stage. So what we can do is we can group them by stage. So by grouping all of my deals by stage, I can know how many deals and how much money is in each stage of my pipeline. So I've got 5 deals that are in qualification worth about $50,000. I've got about 7 deals that are in the proposal phase worth about $145,000. This will help me know whether I'm going to hit my revenue targets and where our team should focus in order to hit those revenue targets. Now, that's great as a sales manager. But if I was an individual sales rep, I want to know where my deals are in the pipeline to know where I should focus. So there's 2 ways to do that. The first is to filter this list based on owner. So let's say I am Casey Park, and that gives me a sheet view of all of my deals. Now, a better way of visualizing this would be to go into the Kanban view, and there filtering again on owner, Casey, and this gives me a left to right view of where all my deals are in the pipeline and helps me understand where I should focus so I can hit my revenue targets. All right, with those 2 use cases behind us, I'm really excited to show you the basics of Airtable in the next video. See you there.